I'm not doing this to tarnish anyone's character, but the proof is in the paperwork.
Roderick Williams, a property owner in Elton, began reviewing the voting list for the 2022 fall election after hearing rumors of fraud.
People was stating that they had heard of people that was hired to vote.
We began digging, looking at voters, their addresses, and found not everyone should have been casting a ballot in Jeff Davis Parish in the fall election. The first issue, homestead exemption. And we found 2 people illegally had homestead exemptions in both Allen and Jeff Davis parishes. One of them actually changed his address with the registrar on the day of the runoff election. After asking the tax assessor about it, his homestead exemption was removed in Jeff Davis Parish. Another family who voted claimed at least 5 people lived in their Elton home. However, one of them has a homestead exemption in Calcasieu Parish since 2014. Then we drove around town. Some addresses where voters are registered we couldn't find. A number of addresses being used to vote were not connected to any home on the tax assessor's rolls or led us to a vacant lot. One person even used the church as their address to vote. We brought our questions to the registrar of voters and tax assessor. The registrar would not go on camera, but says they're working diligently to remove voters who cannot prove they live where they're registered. Why is this important? Because only 33 votes separated the candidates for mayor in the December election, and we were able to find almost 3 dozen voters whose eligibility is questionable.
Concerns today surrounding Elton Mayor Keisha Lemoyne. A petition to recall Lemoyne has been certified by the Jeff Davis Registrar of Voters and now moves to the governor's office. It exceeded the 245 needed signatures. This petition, like another filed in May, listed election irregularities and election fraud as the reason for the recall. If found to be valid, they will ask the Secretary of State's office to schedule a recall election. The news comes after the mayor was cited for simple battery. A town budget meeting last night was full of fireworks, raised voices, finger pointing, and addressing rumors regarding town employees. The infighting between council members and the mayor was on display. After the meeting adjourned, this was caught on camera.
Get your hands off of me! You keep hands off of me! Keep hands off of me!
That's Mayor Keisha Lemoyne in the tan coat. She appears to swat a woman holding a phone. The woman was identified as a former town employee. The Jeff Davis Parish Sheriff's Office says Mayor Lemoyne was issued a citation for simple battery. We've reached out to the mayor for comment, but have not heard back.
You'll recall back in May when we started our investigation into voter registration discrepancies in Elton, we pored over the records, finding voters registered using wrong addresses and even empty lots. It led to many being removed from the voting rolls. It also spurred 2 recall petitions, the second of which was verified by the registrar in Jeff Davis Parish and moved along to the governor's office for approval. But everything came to a halt this week after Mayor Keisha Lemoyne filed a temporary restraining order, effectively stopping Governor John Bel Edwards from acting on that recall. In the suit, she raises concerns about Registrar Joanne Blair's competence, saying she, quote, has undeniably failed in her duty to conduct a thorough investigation into the recall petition. Lemoyne actually uses similar methods we used in our investigation to claim those who signed the petition weren't eligible to do so. She uses screenshots from Google Maps, text message exchanges, and Facebook as evidence. The mayor says some don't live in Elton. One is registered to vote at an address that's a vacant lot. Another registered to vote in another parish, and several who reportedly live somewhere other than the place on their voter registration cards. Whether this lawsuit leads to the petition being tossed out remains to be seen, but it has been successful in at least delaying a recall. The governor's office had a December 12th deadline to take action on the petition, but we're told because of this lawsuit, it's now in the hands of the court.